All right, I thought I'd just take you through a few case examples of the spreadsheet and the number of symptoms that it can track. You can see here that this is the pink section here, and this denotes menstrual, and gold is for energy, and black is for sleep. So this young lady here, just if we expand this here, she's got a number of things going on: premenstrual mood, cravings, premenstrual pain, breast tenderness, flow heaviness, diarrhea, clot sizes, low back pain, um, abdominal pain, vaginal pain, breast tenderness aggravated by going to the toilet. She gets a pain in the backside, nausea, mood, pimples, and medication usage as well. So that's a full-on sort of look in terms of the menstrual cycle here, and somebody who's been diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome. Her orange line here denotes when treatment was started. That's actually the baseline period there as well. And in here, she's noticed some interesting things going on. For at least the past few months, I've been waking up 3 times per night. I have woken up a maximum of once per night. That's just an idea of I guess the impact that this sort of model of care in terms of sleep positions has. Let's go down to some of her symptoms in here. So the red markings on the calendar indicate a bleed. It's here. So here she goes. I've been feeling able to socialise and talk right up until bedtime. I can't remember waking up at all. I barely had any period pain over the last 2 days. That's her first cycle since starting care. It's the first time in 2+ years that I haven't taken any pain medication during my period. I had minimal back pain during the premenstrual stage and none during my period. Yes, this is what we like to see. Here's a telling one for her. I didn't have any vaginal pain or pain in my backside. I was in agony when this occurred previously, and not having it was a great relief. Let's go down to the next cycle. Now, again, this lady doesn't actually have too many bleeds in a year, but here we're starting to see another one. My premenstrual stomach pain was very low, never above a 2 out of 10. I used to have bad bloating and pain before getting my period. It's the first time when we hear comments like that. It's pretty exciting. It's the first time I haven't had a heavy flow on the first day of my period. I selected 0 in the flow column because despite changing my tampon a fair few times out of paranoia, I did not have any leakages. I had very low level discomfort. Okay, so let's go to the next one here as well. This is about another lady here. Again, let's just find out that there's her baseline period. There's her start of care. And she's already noticed no sharp discomfort when she's doing her chores. Let's go down to her bleed. Not having to change pads as often. Used to be 1 to 2 pads per day. Now is 1 pad per day. No bleeding at night during the menstrual cycle. Let's go down to the next bleed. Here. Didn't really comment here as well. Cycle started today prior to her receiving care. Definitely a steady consistency. This may help with predictions. Okay, so we'll just go down to the next one in here. Her numbers are pretty low. That was a 41. Now this is a 25 index. Did she comment? Noticeably less need to crack herself. Great for being able to sit on the floor at a picnic over the 3 hours without pain. She's not really one for commenting, this dear lady. Pity. It really does drive home. But you can see here that her index, her disability index for premenstrual is 336, and her disability index for period pain when the period starts is 62. Let's track the numbers. 62 drops down to 41. She barely got a mention at all for premenstrual symptoms before this is a 0. That's remarkable. She's got here a 25 and a 20. These are tracking very nicely, and a 28. So she's had some huge gains in terms of the indexes, but didn't write too much in the columns, which is a no-no, but she should be doing that. But nonetheless, don't worry. We'll move on to the next one in here. Here's the baseline here for premenstrual symptoms. That's orange, starts the time of care. Let's just see what this lady has written. Okay, so this might be the same one actually. So let's take a look at this next one in here. We'll go up. There's the start of care there. period there, start of care there. Let's get going. First time in the year I've not experienced back pain that has made me have to lie down. Okay, let's go to the next bleed. I'm grateful that I barely noticed any pain, barring a few hours on the first day. Awesome. Next cycle. Okay, so this didn't really comment here on her period, but if we just take a look, let's find out. Going across, looking pretty healthy, actually, looking pretty good. Her numbers are 24 and 54. What were they? 74 and 43, 84 and 292. So she's actually moving in the right direction. Let's just find out what her next bleed is. 5029. What did she say? I'm really shocked, quite confused. I usually expect crippling pain about 2 hours before my period starts and for another 4 hours after. This didn't happen at all, and my period took me by complete surprise. This hasn't happened in years, and I only experience mild cramps which don't need my usual prescription painkillers. Good for you. All right, next one in here. Looks like the treatment has started on day 1. No vomiting and cramping pain prior to my bleed on the 4th of April. That was like 4 days later. And if we just go down, I've actually completely forgotten to fill in the spreadsheet. Been working really hard on jewelry. Period started today with no pain, no cramps, no horrible bad moods or emotional episodes. Officially the first period experience I had with no premenstrual pain and very low mood changes. I can't express how significant this is for me despite all the adversities that has been happening this week, the death of a cousin. Usually we have had terrible arguments and I go into a downward spiral of self-loathing and depressive states. Yet another time of the month with no physical pain. Was a bit vulnerable and emotional this time, but the duration was much shorter. Good on you. Feeling grateful for this reminder that only a few months ago I would be in crippling discomfort during this time of the month. Today I could attend appointments, move some belongings down the hill, and mentally function as though I wasn't bleeding. This is all pretty exciting. It's all pretty exciting, and this lady's nothing to do with that. So, all right, just a few case examples there. They're often consecutive case examples as well, and what I'd like you to do is just take note as to how meaningful these symptoms are. This is really extraordinary, and it's wonderful to see. Just wonderful to see ladies recovering, all because they're adopting these horizontal healing and vertical vigilance strategies, and it's natural. It's natural, and that's got to be so good for a woman, not to have to put up with the ill effects of pain medications, the increased tendencies for cancers to manifest later on in life, the weight gain, the fact that they may actually cause symptoms as well. It's a very good thing. It's a very good thing. So may you be rewarded as you undertake your journey. Just keep acknowledging the results. You've got to acknowledge the results. It really drives home the psychological improvements. All right, all the best. This is Daniel Dahdah from St. Jude's.